I want to hear if it even sounds like that, you know what I mean? Like, for all I know, it could... Oh,
I swear, I heard clear as day. And then...
no, man. I didn't hear anything. Oh my God.
Oh my God, Chad. Oh man. Oh, it's flying, man. Oh no, it's flying. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Chad. Oh my gosh. There could be... Oh my God. What? There was no way, Chad, that I set that off. Things are wrong. I'm freaking out right now, Chad. I do not know what to do right now. I have chills right now, Chad. As everyone knows, the Greg team's stomping grounds is Rockford, Illinois. And right now we're in the historic downtown area of Rockford. Now, located downtown is Memorial Hall, a place dedicated to the past and the history. So what better place to find some haunted stuff? Let's check it out. Now, Memorial Hall is a place that is dedicated to history, and history can still be alive in the building, especially here in this downtown setting. You may remember from a past episode when we investigated the Coronado Theater. That's less than a block away. We're also less than a block away from the world landmark Beatty Park, which has Native American burial mounds. So, this area and this building could be the perfect hotspot for some paranormal activity. That's why Chad and I are here. Man, this place is massive. It's always so intimidating to do such a big building. You know, it's just the two of us, man. It's a lot of ground to cover. You up for it?
Let's do it, man.
Let's do it. Gragonites, Travis here from the Greg team. We're in beautiful Veterans Memorial Hall, downtown Rockford. We're here with the manager, Mr. Scott Lewandowski, and he's going to show us around, give us a little bit of the history, and tell us what's going on here in the halls of Veterans Memorial Hall.
All right,
Thank
excellent.
you, Scott, for having us.
Well, thank you for coming. This is Veterans Memorial Hall. It was built and dedicated in 1903 by President Theodore Roosevelt.
Wow.
First time a sitting president had come to Rockford to dedicate this fine building. He walked in those doors over there on the east side, went out on the west side and greeted some 40,000 people.
I can imagine.
Yeah, the whole town was here, you know, and we actually have a picture of him on the east side of the building in the chair he sat in. It has some unique features. One of them is that it was constructed out of Bedford, Indiana limestone, which the same limestone that the Pentagon and other memorials in Washington, D.C. came out of the same hole. We're in the Great Hall, as we like to call it, and around the border of this space are, I believe, 33 names of battles that were had veterans from the Winnebago County area involved in them. We also have some Latin up there. Do you speak Latin? Or read Latin, I guess? It says, "Voice people, voice God." Take you into this room is our northwest tablet room. This room has some of the spoils of war in it, you know, some of the things that were taken during World War II, and then the Nazi stuff.
Pretty much everything we'll see in these cases are like, they're
Oh, it's the real deal. Yeah, they're the real deal. They're all authentic. There's been some activity when we've had other investigations in this room.
In this room?
This
kind
room.
Of with the art.
Yeah, not to get into someone else's group, but they had on film that they were around this cabinet like this, and an orb appeared at the doorway, went over, and just as it reached one of the investigators' faces, he turned his head and it followed his face right around, and then it kind of went up here and did a little dance and shot back in the room. When you come around to the other side, we have the southwest tablet room, which is, we call it the dead room because it has the names of veterans that were buried in cemeteries around Winnebago County, the roll of the dead, you know.
And all these people are buried in the region?
In 1903, when this was built, these people were buried in different cemeteries. And it was built to honor the veterans of Winnebago County. Some people say that it's a war memorial, but it's not. It's really a veterans memorial. So one thing I've tried to focus on are the different veterans. Like this case is Dr. Peng. He's a local veteran. He was actually in Pearl Harbor the day it was bombed and signed up the next day. He's Japanese American. He was going to college there, and he signed up, and he was a bomber pilot. And I like to say the reason they had the building built was for this room, because this was what was called the post room. It's where they held their meetings and everything, and that's why there are GAR badges on the wall. Lincoln was very popular with the Civil War veterans. This is his life mask. These were actual castings, you know, plaster casting of Lincoln. This one was done in 1861. This one was supposedly done 2 weeks prior to his assassination. Horseshoe-shaped balcony. It has a skylight. Inside here, the chairs up in the balcony are original to the building.
Wow.
So they're 111 years old.
What about you personally? Have you ever experienced anything? Do you believe?
Yeah, people always ask me that. And again, it was out of the corner of your eye. I swore I saw someone going over here into the woman's bathroom over there. And I knew there was no one in the building. I'm like, what the heck? Did somebody come in? But when I checked, nobody was here. Of course, you get the creaking, and then it's got wood floors. There's a lot of, you know, moisture issues and the changing. There are some noises, but I've never had a full-on thing. But I've got a picture of a ghost.
Really? That was taken here?
Taken here in 1922.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll show you. I captured it. I scanned this photo. It was a corn fair that they had, and in one of the windows up above, it's a face.
Person. Wow.
It's a person standing there.
I wanted it.
Yeah, it's scary, and when you see it, you'll be like, you know.
Just weird.
But if you look right there, okay, now watch what happens when I zoom it. See him?
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, what gets me is the way this guy's face, now this is a guy sitting here, standing, he's standing, right? So that gives you some things. But he distorts as you zoom in, see how he distorts? But that face stays there.
That is bizarre.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. It's almost like you can see, here's his collar.
Right.
You know, but this is way up there.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Scott just gave us an amazing tour of this building, Veterans Memorial Hall, and we got to see all of these amazing artifacts, things from the Civil War, both World Wars, the Vietnam War, all these different wars, all these artifacts and things that were used. And as you know, Gregonites, artifacts from the past can possibly have an energy attached to them, which could be a reason why this place may possibly be haunted, and that's what we're here to find out. Time to go lights out. You ready, Chad?
Unfortunately, we had technical difficulties during the investigation and my microphone was not working. Chad's worked perfectly fine, but it's hard to hear what I always say. This is disappointing, but actually ends up playing a role in a possible paranormal event that happens just a little bit later in the night.
Is the exact angle that Scott showed us the picture with the apparition that showed us in the window up there above Chad. So we think we're going to let the camera run that way.
I'm actually going to be setting a microphone over here, much like the one Travis and I wear. Kind of over by where he caught that picture. Uses that as a kind of a digital voice recorder there, only it'll be recording directly into our camera.
Because of the story you told us, but
This room.
my chest got kind of heavy when I walked in here by myself.
Right. So Travis and I thought it would be a good time to set the old trusty Greg Vision 3000 up facing this way with our laser grid, so we can see if we can actually capture any kind of apparitions walking through this grid here.
This is a room that I feel like we could get some action check because there's all these artifacts. These things are from their time period.
Yeah.
People used these in the war. And you know what else? There's all these artifacts in here, Chad, in this room, which I think could make this, a very hot spot for paranormal activity, for that energy that could be attached to these artifacts. But do you remember in the tour when he told us that behind this door is their locked storage room where they just have tons and tons and tons of stuff from back in that time period? So all of those things could have energy.
Oh,
and
yeah.
That could be a reason why this seems to be a hot spot for paranormal activity. So
Exactly.
I think we might get some here.
We head upstairs to continue our investigation when something bizarre happened. We capture an unexplainable whistling sound.
This is creepy, man.
It's a distinct whistle, almost with a tune.
Look at this. Just at night, you know what I mean? In the dark.
Chad is on camera, so you can clearly see it wasn't him. Without my microphone working, I sound distant and muffled. The whistle sounds as though it's directly into the microphone.
All right. I got a little bit of an idea here.
Neither of us heard it, and we cannot explain
What is
it.
that, Chad?
This is actually a brand new camera. It's basically just going to be in full spectrum at full time. I don't even have the option to actually take it out of full spectrum.
Not long after we pick up the whistling EVP, I wander off while Chad sets up more equipment. You can barely hear me, but as I'm looking around, I capture a sudden shadow movement. I can't confirm that it's paranormal, but we spent several minutes trying to recreate the shadow. We waited for cars to pass, looked at the trees. We couldn't find an explanation for such a quick and clear shadow occurrence. We experienced a lot of shadow play throughout the night and later heard many reports of shadow play in this room. We can't promise it's paranormal, but it's definitely worth considering.
Right, you see that wall there? Mm-hmm. Where that, shadow is?
Yeah.
Look at it. Just watch it for a few seconds, man. There's nothing. There's no, trees blowing or making shadows or anything like that, man. I saw a shadow just, move across it, man.
Ooh. All right. I'm in that view right now. Okay, so basically that is a full-time, full-spectrum video camera. It actually has a built-in full-spectrum light right on the front of it. That is on, so everything that you see in here is in full spectrum right now. Full-spectrum light right on the front of it.
I don't know if it's dust or what, man, but I'm getting, some orb action
Are you really?
on this thing. And it's not consistent, man. But,
Oh man, I just got chills.
Did you? I just saw one, just fly across the screen. And then before I saw one, in the corner, man. It's not doing anything now, man, but I saw, a legitimate orb go across.
Dude, I just got chills.
I flat out just saw, an orb just go across. Yeah, it's right there. Do you see that
man.
orb? Do you see that? There's no bugs in here.
No,
was
that's
big.
Dude, that's not a bug, man.
Did you see that?
I saw that.
That
full
looked like
on.
a big orb. Yeah, it's right there. Do you see that
man.
orb? Do you see that?
Dude, there's definitely no flies or anything in here either. Man, that right there, that could be a variety of things, but that right there almost tells me that there could be some energy flying around in here right now. We might want to take advantage of that, man. First, I want to take a couple quick EVPs electronic voice phenomena, see if we can capture any spirit voices communicating through the white noise. What's your name?
Were you in a war?
Dude, I'm getting shadows up there at the balcony, man.
Where at?
Like right straight up there. Right in there. I'm getting like shadows going across.
There's no light up there, man.
No,
there
man.
Be shadows. Dude, I'm getting like.
Dude, I think
chills.
dude, I feel like there's something crazy in here right now.
Is there a presence in here? Can you give us a sign? Alright, we're on the stage now. We're looking out over the whole hall. Is there anybody in here? What is your name? Man.
Dude, I swear to God, out of the corner of my eye, I keep seeing changes in the light.
Man, I legitimately, like, I was recording you, but I was looking over this way, and then this wall up here, man, I saw definite, like, some movement. And I'm telling you, Chad, I'm not saying that I think I saw something, man. I saw something.
That whole radiant heat there. Did you hear that?
No, man, what'd you hear?
I swear, when we came around the corner, man, I swear I heard that door creak, like it was creaking open or something.
No, I didn't hear that.
I jumped back, man. I thought there was something coming out.
Can something move that door?
I want to hear if it even sounds like that, you know what I mean? Like, for all I know, it could... Oh!
What was that, man?
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard that too.
Oh, man, I'm ready.
You can open that shit?
It's like when I approached it, man.
Yeah, it like creeped.
That was strange, man. Right now I'm setting up an EM pump, and what it's going to do is it's going to emit tons of electromagnetic energy. So if that's working like it should be, spirits are supposed to be attracted to that. So if we set up the phonopod and then maybe run like an EVP like connected to it. Travis and I are currently using the phonopod, which is like an amplified speaker to help pick up any extra noises that our own ears can't hear. So you're going to be able to hear everything that we can hear through this digital voice recorder that we have hooked up to it, and that's going to amplify all the sound as well.
With this machine, we can hear things really well. So you don't need to make a big noise, but can you make a noise to show us that you're here? Is that you?
No?
Did you hear that?
That like...
Yeah.
What was that?
I don't know. It was loud on mine.
That was
It
loud.
was like... Is that you? Sometimes it doesn't feel like there's a presence. I feel like there's an energy right now.
Yeah.
Can you give us a sign of your presence? I feel like it got more staticky.
Mm-hmm. Just going to do a quick walkthrough around this room of our electromagnetic field tester. on.
You want to hold the camera, or you want me to just walk with
I think you need to walk with it.
Between about 0 and 1.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was at too. You got something?
It jumped up to like 4. Now it's hanging on between 2 and 3 again. Oh man, it's at like 6. It's at like 5, 6. Walk closer towards me. Oh man, it's at like 8.
Is there something between us right now?
Dude, it's hanging out in like the 6 range. It's jumping up to like 10. Can you see it?
We ran a few more tests and continued exploring this amazing building before we decided to wrap up our investigation of Veterans Memorial Hall.
Safe to say that there is an energy in this building. We're excited to review the evidence and see if maybe we picked up something that's living inside Memorial Hall. Until next time, Dragonites.
I'm just here talking to Honest Abe. There he is. This is the Greg team with Abraham Lincoln. Hey Abe, you ever try any dots? What's your favorite kind of dots? You like the Christmas dots? The Halloween dots? Just regular dots?
Those weren't out back then, man.
Those were not.
I think they were just mason dots then. I can go for some good new food, man.
Dude, I'm getting after this, man. 11 o'clock. We need to cruise a drive-through somewhere. What do you think?
Oh, man. See Bell?